Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. Welcome back to another episode of Driving and the News. The mission here is to record history for posterity by uploading almost daily the snippets of the news for that morning. And to do this, I bring you with me as I commute to work and I listen to 1010 Wins here in the New York Metropolitan area. Now that you know what we're all about, let's get you the news.
The Purple Line in Los Angeles and shoring up the Brent Spence Bridge in Kentucky, a $1.6 billion commitment announced in a rare moment of bipartisanship between Biden and Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell.
Correspondent Terry Moran, those projects are all nice, but Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is much more excited about the Hudson River Tunnel Gateway project.
With great help from President Biden, Gateway is moving forward. Under our infrastructure law, tens of billions of more dollars have been dedicated to federal accounts, which will support Gateway and many, many other large projects in the country.
If all goes to plan, the project will be completed in about 12 years. Some migrants who were put up at the Watson Hotel on West 57th Street don't want to trade it for accommodations at the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal, so they're camped out in front of the Watson. But word is they're going to be made to leave today. Glenn Schuck is on the scene at Hell's Kitchen.
Well, speaking from the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal last night, the mayor insisting the shelter there is safe.
We just need to stop the anxiety. When I spoke to the men who are here, they shared the same energy. We're going to come in, we're going to work, we're going to pursue the American dream. We're thankful to the people of New York City.
But here outside the Watson Hotel, about 24 migrants wrapped in blankets stayed all night on the sidewalk and say they're not leaving. And this man named Ruben telling us through an interpreter, the streets here are better than the cruise terminal.
So there's about 300 people, 10 bathrooms. People have to make lines for those bathrooms. The facilities are not equipped.
So now NYPD cops are standing by here, not clear. At one point they'll be told to forcibly remove those who are encamped here. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM, the 57th and 10.
Police found a dead man in the passenger seat of a Honda parked in the Bronx yesterday. He'd been shot in the abdomen. Investigators figured out it happened about half a mile away on East 163rd Street in Longwood. They say somebody drove the 26-year-old victim to the spot where his body was found. No name yet on the victim and no word on who shot him or why. The City Council will hold a hearing today on why NYCHA suddenly has so many vacant apartments. The number has risen from about 500 to more than 3,000 over the past year. The Council's Committee on Public Housing will be asking questions in an effort to find out which policies and procedures are responsible for the vacancies and why the apartments are not being filled. The Lakers decided to take on the Nets last night without a couple of their big stars, and that may have been a big mistake, as Mark Renee is here to tell us. Mark?
Yeah, late Brooklyn head coach Jacques Vaughn said even with LeBron James and Anthony Davis sitting out for LA, his team had appropriate fear and beat the Lakers going away 121-104.
The starters got us off to a great start, so I thought our momentum was good, even going into halftime. And then the bench, it's just a great testament. And again, it really is who we want to be, the fiber of our team. We don't care who's playing, who we're playing against. We're just trying to win a basketball game every single time.
And Vaughn's guys this time blew a 19-point second quarter lead, then rallied from 9 down in the third, getting 26 points from Kyrie Irving, while the net reserve scored 66 with Kevin Durant and Ben Simmons also on the sidelines. Mark Renee, 1010 Wins Sports on 92.3 FM.
36 degrees. We have some pockets of snow and rain around New York. We're going up to 41 in Midtown. Wednesday news time, 7:26. Now Bloomberg Money Watch and Steve Potusk.
Well, Lee, already the biggest burger joint, McDonald's, is getting bigger. The Golden Arches plans to add 400 new restaurants in the U.S. and internationally this year. It feels good about expanding as its customers prove they're willing to pay more for and keep buying burgers and fries. That handed McDonald's better than expected fourth quarter sales as the McRib sandwich and limited time offers, along with growth in inline and mobile orders, bolstered performance in the U.S. Now, your Paramount Plus premium streaming service is about to get bigger, as had been expected. Paramount Global will fold the Showtime cable channel programs into the streaming service and expand Showtime program offerings on cable by adding Paramount Plus original shows. Now, after a losing effort for stocks yesterday, S&P futures, they're still down about 11 points. NASDAQ down 54. Dow futures giving back 120 points. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Steve Potuskapor. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Another hour or so of snow and rain, then clouds and a few sunny breaks. Brisk and cold with a high of 41. 36 now, humidity at 85. The winds are north around 10. It's 36, and we're going up to 41. I'm Lee Harris, Wins News Time at the Tone, 7:30.
Good morning, I'm Susan Richard. Today is the day Alec Baldwin is expected to be formally charged with manslaughter in the fatal shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins on the set of the movie Rust. And for the first time, we are hearing publicly from his wife, Hilaria.
It's been an emotional time for my family. And I do so want to express to you how grateful I am for your support and your kindness and your reason. Quite honestly, I think without it, we would crumble.
She spoke on the Witches Anonymous podcast. Under New Mexico law, if convicted, Baldwin could face up to 18 months in prison and be fined $5,000. Also today, prosecutors are expected to release the terms of a plea deal signed with Assistant Director David Hall. He oversaw safety on the set and has agreed to plead guilty to negligent use of a deadly weapon. Wins News Time, 7:31. Let's get traffic and transit. Here's Karen Stewart.
We've got ugly numbers in the Hudson River. We really do. Inbound GW Bridge, the upper level is at least 50 minutes. 50 minutes. For the upper level, we had a disabled vehicle in the right lane. They cleared it. Inbound George Lower is 40. The Lincoln is 40. And the Holland has got a 40-minute delay. All MTA bridges, drivers are urged to drive at reduced speeds because of wet surfaces. So keep that in mind as you head out to the MTA bridges or any bridges in the area. Triborough Bridge and Tunnel, they feel the same way. We have a speed restriction of 45 miles an hour at the Mario Cuomo for that very reason. New Jersey, Patterson, westbound 80 at exit 60 for Route 20. We've got an accident out there. It's over in the right-hand lane. And Long Islanders, we still have that disabled vehicle on the shoulder on the westbound LIE at exit 43. Now, let me tell you, the westbound LIE from exit 39 all the way to BQE is never a speed limit ride. The whole entire way. We are jammed from 164th Street to Queens Boulevard because we had an accident there. I believe it's gone. But we had an accident at Queens Boulevard. That's what caused that issue. Alternate side parking rules and regulations are in effect. And as far as mass transit goes, it's still the Bronx-bound B&Ds running with delays. Traffic is sponsored by the Barnesford Traffic Tip Line, which is 844-JAM-1010. Call it. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes around the clock. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. If you've been in a car crash, choosing the right firm is crucial to get the help you need and the best result possible.
The Barnes Firm, injury attorneys, call 1-800-8-million.
Manhattan, Long Island.
Well, we're hearing from Karen Dean Messian spots this morning.
Yeah, it is. I'd just be careful. I used that word last time, or been using it a little bit slickery, and it is that. The good news is the steadiest precipitation here is coming to an end. The back edge is starting to come through some of those northern and western suburbs. I think for the city, about another hour or less of it. Then once we get past that, it should be dried out the rest of the day. The thing about today is the temperatures are dropped a little bit. They'll try to get back to just 41, but enough wind today. Real feels now in the 20s, 30s this afternoon. And then it's pretty cold tonight as we end up down in the city to a low of about 26. I think there'll be places closer to 20 as you go north and west of the city. South of the city, there could be some flurries and snow showers. This front that's coming through now, giving us the stuff now, could hang up a little bit to the south down the Jersey Shore. Tomorrow, Thursday, temperatures 30s to near 40, seasonably cold, and then a very sharp Arctic blast will fall through the 20s into the teens on the single digits through the day into Friday night, and then back only in the teens on Saturday, but then it could push all the way back up to near 40 Sunday and near 50 Monday with some rain showers. Light snow, light rain, 35, going up to just 41 when it dries out later today. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeBoer, New York's weather station, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Hollywood has lost another TV icon, and prosecutors in Chicago deciding not to spend any more money on R. Kelly. Those stories in 10 seconds. Staples stores are a new world of possible with innovative tools for small business.
There's a new word, slickery. For slick and slippery. Slickery.
It's news time, 7:34. Actress Cindy Williams has died.
Give us age
She was one half of the starring duo on Laverne and Shirley. Cindy Williams played Shirley to Penny Marshall's Laverne, and millions watched every week.
You can drag your feet all you want to, but I'm going to this party and I'm going to meet some nice gentlemen.
Oh, like tag shots? He's a conceited dork.
Long after the show ended, Cindy Williams talked about how fans still remember her on the sitcom.
They feel that they're family, and they are.
Cindy Williams was 75.
Correspondent Steve Futterman, her family says she passed following a brief illness, but they didn't give details. Penny Marshall died in 2018, also at the age of 75, from cardiovascular disease. The prosecutor in Chicago is dropping new sex charges against disgraced R&B singer R. Kelly. Why? They don't want to waste the money since he's already behind bars.
When it comes to R. Kelly, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox said justice has been served.
Mr. Kelly is potentially looking at the possibility of never walking out of prison again for the crimes that he has committed.
Kelly has been convicted of sex crimes in federal courts in Brooklyn and Chicago, so Fox said she is dropping state charges.
The Cook County State's Attorney's Office will no longer be pursuing these indictments.
She conceded it may be disappointing to the victims, but she cited limited resources. Kelly is appealing his federal convictions, but has already been sentenced to 30 years in prison. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
The scene of a fatal fire in the Bronx is now a crime scene. That's after fire officials say the blaze in a home on Evergreen Avenue had been set. In fact, they've released surveillance images of a woman seen walking into the illegally converted apartment in the Soundview section with something in her hand. When she left, she didn't have the thing in her hand, and now cops want to talk to her. 2 men are being treated for burns and smoke inhalation. A third didn't make it. We'll have those surveillance images up at 1010wins.com. 36 degrees, still some snow and rain across the area. The real feel's only 22 right now. The humidity in town 85%. The winds north at 10. 36, we're heading up to 41 with some sunshine later on.
Well, that was a cold, snowy, cloudy day and cloudy drive for this Driving in the News on this last day of January of 2023. I remember when we did the New Year's Eve video. Right after New Year's Eve celebration, I uploaded a Driving in the News video thinking I'm going to upload the first broadcast of the 2023 year, not realizing that there had been an incident in Times Square where a police officer was stabbed. So you never know what you're going to get when you turn on the news and upload for you guys. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on my wintry commute to work, listening to 1010 Wins in New York Metropolitan area, and we'll see you on the next Driving in the News.